राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna devotees. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. We'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami इति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे रामा Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha. Sri Krishna Hari Bol, Gopala Hari Bol, Radha Ramana Govinda Hari Bol. Sri Krishna Hari Bol, Gopala Hari Bol, Radha Ramana Govinda Hari Bol. जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल. So welcome you all. Hare Krishna. I think we are in chapter 12, no?
Mataji, we completed
Mataji.
chapter
Completed.
12.
13.
Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm having everyday memory, you know. I forget what I have did yesterday. Too much of
It happens sometime, Mataji.
not it happens every day. Only few things is they're staying in the mind. Rest of the things are just I
Okay,
only
can I-
remember prepare the OBA question paper. That was in my mind. I have to at least before completing 19 chapters. We are almost in the
Yeah.
verge of completion, no?
Soon we will finish, Mataji. I think next week we will finish the 19th chapters.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Shall I go, Mataji?
Yes. How are you feeling, Prabhu? Throat is good?
Yeah, little better, Mataji. Little better.
Hare Krishna.
Om Paramatmane Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Shri Shri Radha Govind ki jai. Chapter 13. 5 potent forms of devotional service. Rupa Goswami has stated that 5 kinds of devotional activities, namely residing in Mathura, worshipping the deity of the Lord, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, serving a devotee, and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, are so potent that a small attachment to any one of these 5 items can arouse devotional ecstasy, even in a neophyte. So, what are the 5? One is reciting Mathura, worshipping the deity, reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, and chanting Hare Krishna. Acha, the 5 types of devotional service. Regarding worship of the form of the Lord or deity, Rupa Goswami has written the following verse. My dear friend, if you still have any desire to enjoy the company of your friends within this material world, then don't look upon the form of Krishna, who is standing on the bank of Keshi Ghat, a bathing place in Vrindavana. He is known as Govinda, and his eyes are very enchanting. He is playing upon his flute, and on his head there is a peacock feather, and this whole body is illuminated by the moonlight in the sky. The purport of this verse is that if someone become attached to the Sri Murti or deity of Krishna by worshipping at home, then he will forget his relationship of so-called friendship, love, and society. Thus, it is the duty of every householder to install a deity of the Lord at home and to begin the process of worshipping along with all of his family members. This will save everyone from such unwanted activities as going to clubs, cinemas, and dancing parties and smoking, drinking, etc. All such nonsense will be forgotten if one stresses the worship of the deities at home. Rupa Goswami further writes, my dear foolish friend, I think that you have already heard some of auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes seeking
Decrease.
decrease, seeking the result of fruitive activities, economic development, and liberation. I think that now it is certain that gradually the verses of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describing the pastimes of the Lord will enter your ears, will enter your ears and go into your heart. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that unless one has the ability to throw out just like garbage the fruitive results of ritualistic ceremonies, economic development, and becoming one with the Supreme or salvation, one cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam deals exclusively with devotional service. Only one who studies Srimad Bhagavatam in the spirit of renunciation can understand the pastimes of the Lord that are described in the 10th canto. In other words, one should not try to understand the topic of the 10th canto, such as the Rasa Leela, love dance, unless he has spontaneous attraction for Srimad Bhagavatam. One must be situated in pure devotional service before he can release Srimad Bhagavatam as it is. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, who is going to read next?
Hare Krishna. In the above two verses of Rupa Goswami, there are some metaphorical analogies that indirectly condemn the association of materialistic society, friendship, and love. People are generally attracted to society, friendship, and love, and they make elaborate arrangements and strong endeavors to develop these material contaminations. But to see the Shri Murtis of Radha and Krishna is to forget such endeavors for material association. Rupa Goswami composed his verse in such a way that he was seemingly praising the material association of friendship and love and was condemning the audience of Sri Murti or Govinda. The metaphorical analogy is constructed in such a way that things which seem to be praised are condemned and things which are to be condemned are praised. The actual import of the verse is that one must see the form of Govinda if one at all wants to forget the nonsense of material friendship, love, and society. Srila Rupa Goswami has similarly described the transcendental nature of relishing topics which concern Krishna. A devotee once said, it is very astonishing that since I have seen this personality of Godhead who is washed by the tears of my eyes, there is shivering of my body, and he has made me a failure in executing my material duties. Since seeing him, I cannot remain silently at home. I wish to go out to him always. The purport of this statement is that as soon as one is fortunate enough to contact a pure devotee, one must be anxious immediately to hear about Krishna, to learn about Krishna, or in other words, to become fully Krishna conscious. Similarly, there is a statement about hearing and chanting the Mahamantra. It is said that saints have been able to hear the vibrating strings of the veena in the hands of Narada, who is always singing the glories of Lord Krishna. Now the same sound vibration has entered my ears, and I am always feeling the presence of the Supreme Personality. Gradually, I become bereft of all attachment for material enjoyment. Again, Srila Rupa Goswami has described Mathura Mandala. I remember the Lord standing by the banks of the Yamuna river, so beautiful amid the Kadamba trees, where many birds are chirping in the gardens. As these impressions are always giving me transcendental realization of beauty and bliss. This feeling about Mathura Mandal and Vrindavana described by Rupa Goswami can actually be felt even by non-devotees. The places in the 84 square mile district of Mathura are so beautifully situated on the banks of river Yamuna that anyone who goes there will never want to return to this material world. These statements by Rupa Goswami are factually realized descriptions of Mathura and Vrindavan. All these qualities prove that Mathura and Vrindavan are situated transcendentally. Otherwise, there would be no possibility of invoking our transcendental sentiments in these places. Such transcendental feelings are aroused immediately and without fail after one arrives in Mathura or Vrindavan. In these statements about devotional service, sometimes it may appear that the results have been overestimated, but actually there is no overestimation. Some devotees, as revealed scriptures give us evidence, have had immediate results by such association, although this is not possible for all. For example, the Kumaras immediately became devotees simply by smelling the incense in temple. Bilva Mangala Thakur simply heard about Krishna and then immediately gave up his beautiful girlfriend and started out for Mathura and Vrindavan, where he became a perfect Vaishnava. So these statements are not overestimations, nor are they stories. They are actual facts. They are actual facts, but are true for certain devotees and do not necessarily apply to all. These descriptions, even if considered overestimations, must be taken as they are in order to divert our attention from the fleeting material beauty to the eternal beauty of Krishna consciousness. And for a person who is already in contact with Krishna consciousness, the described results are not unusual. Some scholars argue that simply by following the principles of Varna and Ashrama, one can gradually rise to the perfections reached by practicing devotional service. But this argument is not accepted by the great authorities. Lord Chaitanya also condemned this idea while he was talking with Ramananda Raya about the gradual development of devotional service. He rejected the idea of the importance of Varnashrama Dharma when it was put forward by Ramananda Raya. He said that this advancement of Varna and Ashrama is merely external. There is a higher principle in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita also, the Lord says that one has to give up all other principles of elevation and take simply to the method of Krishna consciousness. That will help one in achieving the highest perfection of life. In the 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 9 of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord Himself says, one should execute the prescribed duties of Varna and Ashrama as long as he has not developed spontaneous attachment for hearing about my pastimes and activities. In other words, the prescribed forms of Varna and Ashrama are ritualistic ceremonies of religion intended for economic development, sense gratification, or salvation. All of these things are recommended for persons who have not developed Krishna consciousness. In fact, all such activities are recommended in the revealed scriptures only to bring one to the point of Krishna consciousness. But one who has already developed spontaneous attachment for Krishna does not require to execute the duties prescribed in the scriptures. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here what it is emphasizes natural development of love for Krishna and giving up the materialistic attachment. Primary focus is to develop Krishna consciousness. Varna and Ashrama are on the level of economic development, sense gratification or salvation, but one should grow above all those things. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that one has to give up all the other principles of elevation, simply take the method of Krishna consciousness. So a Krishna conscious devotee is above all these things. So what take home message you have or personal understanding of this particular chapter? Kindly give your inputs. What did you understand by this? Yes. Hare Krishna. On a personal level, what take home message you take from that chapter?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. While when you while performing devotional service,
Mm.
there are given in 9 devotional services like Shravanam Kirtam Vishnu Swaranam. If one who develop any kinds of one particular service to the Lord, for
Mm.
example, one is perfect in chanting, kirtanam, one is hearing, shavanam, or one who is rendering service, one who is think about Lord by hearing and contemplating, and one who serves the Lord by spreading his mess like instrument on his hand. So anyone one can perform out of 9 devotional service, he can master, he can easily attain Krishna. There no need for another things or perfectionist stage. He automatically come that perfectionist stage by the mercy of the Lord. Here stated that. Yes, here also I found this 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Same thing Krishna said to Arjuna, uh, give up all your religion's principal duty and take my shelter and worship to me, and I will deliver all your sin, and I will you will come to me. Same thing given said in the 11th canto to Uddhava, saying that through all the whatever the pravrittimcha nivrittimcha, he said directly, what is prescribed duties, whatever do's and don't know. Through everything means he is saying that whatever I given in Vedas doesn't matter for pure devotional service, and you should done devotional service by the following the pada kamalaya vraja gopis, mean vraja. Say same thing given to Raja. He nine in the 18th chapter. Mam ekam saranam Raja. Krishna says you should follow Saranam, take the shelter of the Raja. He here also saying in the 11th canto to Uddhava, say you take the shelter of the pure devotional service of who gopis. Those don't know the what's right, what is wrong. Even they have responsibility, they have religious activities, even though after they are conditioned, but out of they only chosen the Krishna's the pure love with spontaneous, unallowed, unexpected ahetuki. So I got from their deep message from the 11th canto. However, I was mercy of the Lord, I completed this 11th canto. So I relish and I accept that Krishna, whatever he said, it is true. One should not be roam here and there for knowledge, jnana, karma, kanda. No, Krishna says, Mam Smarana, whatever you do while you remember me, but at the same time, follow the devotional service, how they done in the Raja people, means the gopis or the pure devotional, pure devotees, those who are never expected anything, even though they, if Krishna best on, even the pada of the Brahma, they say that we don't need. Krishna tells like you take all 14 worlds charge, like even Brahma, the highest position. They said that we don't want Prabhu, we won't only want your pada makarandam, means your lotus feet of the mercy of the like honey makarandam. We want to become like a bee of your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Other devotees, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am one shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita comes to my mind when I read the first paragraph of this. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavata Shravana Mathura Vasa Shri Murtera Shraddhaya Sevana. In the first line where Rupa Goswami is saying the 5 kinds of devotional activities. So that shloka came to my mind from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And also one of my main thing which I also experienced is in the third paragraph when Prabhupada is saying, when someone becomes attached to Sri Murti or the deity worship of Krishna, or even the photos are called deity. I was told that if we don't have the thing, even we can call the photos is also can be worshipped as the deity. So when we do that, certain anarthas, we can say, certain attachments that we have to the material things gets reduced. So this I had experience in my personal life also. So I thought I should say that.
How,
Yes,
Mataji?
Mataji. Sorry, Mataji. Mataji, I have this, I don't know, maybe as a woman, but I don't say every woman having it. I have this matching thing, Mataji. Like any outfit I wear, now it is reduced, of course, but I have been in a stage where my outfit has to match my nail polish, my bindi, and everything. And all that changed because someone taught me here in Damodar Desh to make the garland. So when I take the mogra, then I take one petal of, and all that got there, and now I don't have that desire. It's not that I don't wear nail polish, but it's not that that thing is gone, and my interest has gone there. That okay, today it will be white, tomorrow I'll be putting yellow, and on Ekadashi I'll be putting yellow and red. So that one thing is really because a lot of my time used to be spent in that grooming.
Mataji, even devotee should look beautiful to Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, but that time when I was doing it earlier, it was not for Krishna, it was for my thing. Now that particular thing of matching things and all, because I started doing those garland for my deity, that now I don't have that always craving that, oh, I have to change my nail polish, I have to change my nail polish. That is not there. I know, Mataji, it's a very petty thing, but it's just a realization.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, surviving on the basic things is the most important aspect of devotion service, because we'll not be wasting time on all the materialistic things, which is bare minimum. We should do it. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Other devotees. Hare Krishna. People who have not read, not understood also. That's what I understand. Is it so? Yes. Arunaksha Prabhu, Prasanna Chitta Prabhu. No. Yeah, both of you have joined. Shravan Prabhu did not join today. Sanju Mataji. Yes.
Maybe 5 minutes I'll reach home because I'm outside.
Okay, okay. People who can speak, they can unmute, they can speak. Hare Krishna. So a lot of time we waste on varnas and ashramas. That is also not required. People fight to an extent of whatnot. So those are all only on the economic platform, on the materialistic plane. But one should not make it as a priority in the life and spend on that. That's what. Hare Krishna will continue with the devotional qualifications. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
E- Even though it's written here very elaborately in detail, if someone even though he was adhering all the varna and asrama, still he will be, if Krishna is not there, it was incomplete. Right? How the Brahmanas, we can give example, they are very much, of course, there are karma kandis, or there are very scriptural, very well, but however it Kali Yuga, but since there are also doing very various activities engaging sense gratification, like they want name, fame, and they want to taught other people what to do, what not to do, how to do, how not to do. But since if Krishna is not there, it's totally, I believe that here after reading this whole purport, that was incomplete. Right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. People waste time. You belong to this, you belong to
Ha.
this, you belong to this ashram, you belong to this varna. Waste of time of all those things. All those things are, that is work division, just to to make your things easier, not to make things complicated. But over a period of a time, so things have become so much complicated. Rather than setting out example for one particular varna, people are more into materialistic things, and rather than setting as an example, they more of unnecessary mundane affairs are in the rise, which is not required. Krishna wanted to say, as per Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. We'll continue with devotional qualifications. Some scholars recommend that knowledge and renunciation are important factors. Yes, who is going to read? Sanju Mataji, you can read. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Some scholars recommend that knowledge and renunciation are important factors for elevating oneself to devotional service, but actually that is not a fact. Actually, the cultivation of knowledge or renunciation, which are favorable for achieving a footing in Krishna consciousness, may be accepted in the beginning, but ultimately they may also come to be rejected. For devotional service is dependent on nothing other than sentiment or desire for such service. It requires nothing more than sincerity. It is the option of expert devotees opinion of expert devotees that mental speculation and the artificial austerities of a yoga practice may be favorable for becoming liberated from material contamination, but they will also make one's heart harder and harder. They will not help at all in the progress of devotional service. This process are therefore not favorable for entering into the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Actually, Krishna consciousness devotional service itself is the only way of advancing in devotional life. Devotional service is absolute. It is both the cause and the effect. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause and effect of all that be. And to approach Him, the absolute, the process of devotional service, which is also absolute, has to be adopted. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord Himself. One can understand me only through devotional service. In the beginning, his teaching of the Gita, the Lord said to Arjuna, because you are my devotee, I shall teach these secrets to you. Vedic knowledge means ultimately to understand the Supreme Lord, and the process of entering into his kingdom is devotional service that is accepted by all authentic scriptures. Mental speculators neglect the process of devotional service and by simple trying to defeat others in philosophical research, they fail to develop the ecstasy of devotion. In the 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 31 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna says, my dear Uddhava, for persons who are sincerely engaged in my service, the cultivation of philosophical speculation
And artificial renunciation are not very favorable. Yes. You're not audible, Mataji.
artificial renunciation are not very favorable. When a person becomes my devotee, he automatically attains the fruits of the renunciation of material enjoyment and he gets sufficient knowledge to understand the absolute truth. That is the test of advancement in devotional service. A devotee cannot be in darkness because the Lord shows him a special favor and enlightens him from within. In the 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 32 and 33 of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord further instructs Uddhava, my dear friend, the prophets derived from the fruitive activities, austerities, and the culture of philosophical knowledge, renunciation, The practice of mystic yoga, charity, and all similar auspicious activities are automatically achieved by my devotees. Those who are simply attached to me by loving service, these devotees have everything at their disposal, but they desire nothing outside of my devotional service. If ever a devotee should desire some material profit, like promotion to the heavenly planets or some spiritual profit to go to the Vaikunthas, by my causeless mercy, his desires are very easily fulfilled. Actually, a person who is developing Krishna consciousness and still has some attachment to material enjoyment will soon be freed from such a tendency by regularly discharging devotional service under the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master. Srila Rupa Goswami then recommends that one should not be attached to material sense enjoyment, but should accept everything enjoyable that is in relationship to Krishna. For example, eating is necessary, and one wants some palatable dishes to satisfy his sense of taste. So, in that case, for the satisfaction of Krishna rather than for the satisfaction of the tongue, some palatable dishes may be prepared and offered to Krishna. Then it is renunciation. Let the palatable dishes be prepared, but unless they are offered to Krishna, one should not accept them for eating. This vow of rejecting anything that is not offered to Krishna is actually renunciation. And by such renunciation, one is able to satisfy the demands of the senses. The impersonalists who try to avoid everything material may undergo severe austerities, but they miss the opportunity of being engaged in the service of the Lord. Thus, their renunciation is not sufficient for perfection. There are many instances where, following such artificial renunciation without any contact with devotional service, the impersonalists again fell down and became attracted to material contamination. There are many supposed renouncers even at the present moment, who officially become sannyasis or renouncers and outwardly claim that spiritual existence is truth and material existence untruth. In this way, artificially, they make a show of a renunciation of the material world. However, because they cannot reach the point of devotional service, they fail to achieve the goal and they again come back to material activities such as philanthropic work and political agitation. There are many examples of a so-called sannyasis who gave up the world as an untruth but again came to the material world because they were not seeking their real repose at the lotus feet of the Lord. One should not give up anything that can be utilized in the service of the Lord. That is a secret devotional service. Anything that can be utilized in advancing Krishna consciousness and devotional service be accepted. For instance, we are using many machines for the advancement of our present Krishna consciousness movement. Machines like typewriters, dictating machines, tape recorders, microphones, and airplanes. Sometimes people ask us, why are you utilizing material products if you condemn the advancement of material civilization? But actually, we do not condemn. We simply ask people to do whatever they are doing in Krishna consciousness. This is the same principle on which in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advised Arjuna to utilize his fighting abilities in a devotional service. Similarly, we are utilizing this machine for Krishna service. With such sentiment for Krishna or Krishna consciousness, we can accept everything. If the typewriter can be utilized for advancing our Krishna consciousness movement, we must accept it. Similarly, the dictating machine or any other machine must be used. Our vision is that Krishna is everything. Krishna is the cause and effect, and nothing belongs to us. Krishna's thing must be used in the service of Krishna. That is our vision. This does not mean, however, that we should give up the principles of discharging devotional service or neglect abiding by the rules and regulations prescribed therein. In the neophyte stage of devotion, one must follow all the principles regulated by the authorities of the spiritual master. The acceptance and rejection of the of things should always be in a pursuance of the devotional principles, not that one can independently manufacture some idea of what should be accepted or rejected. The spiritual master, as the visible manifestation of Krishna, is necessary. Therefore, to direct the devotee on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master must never be
Mataji,
carried
Hare
away
Krishna.
in
The
accumulation.
devotee will read. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Prasanna Chitta Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Om
Hare
Namo
Krishna.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The spiritual master must never be carried away by an accumulation of wealth or large number of followers. A bona fide spiritual master will never become like that. But sometimes, if a spiritual master is not properly authorized and only on his own initiative becomes a spiritual master, he may be carried away by an accumulation of wealth and large number of disciples. This is not a very high grade of devotional service. If a person is carried away by such achievements, then this devotional service becomes slackened. One should therefore strictly adhere to the principles of disciplic succession. A Krishna conscious person, being naturally purified, has no need of developing any other purificatory process of thoughts and action. On account of this being highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, he has already acquired all the good qualities and is following the rules and regulations prescribed for the mystic yogic process. Such rules are automatically practiced by the devotees. A concrete example is the quality of non-violence, which is considered a good qualification. A devotee is naturally non-violent and therefore does not have to practice non-violence separately. Some people seek purification by joining a vegetarian movement, but a devotee is automatically a vegetarian. He does not need to practice separately in this matter or to join any society for vegetarians. He is automatically a vegetarian. There are many other instances showing that a devotee need not practice anything but Krishna consciousness. All the good qualities of the demigods automatically develop within him. Those who are intentionally practicing to be vegetarians or to be non-violent or to become non-violent may have good qualification by a material estimation, but these qualifications are not sufficient to make them devotees. A vegetarian is not necessarily a devotee, nor is a non-violent person. But a devotee is automatically both vegetarian and non-violent. We must conclude, therefore, that vegetarianism or non-violence is not the cause of devotion. In this connection, there is a story in the Skanda Purana about a hunter who was converted into a great devotee under the instructions of Narada Muni. When the hunter became a perfect devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Parvata Muni, a friend of Narada's, saw the wonderful transformation of the hunter by devotional service and remarked, "My dear hunter, your unwillingness to kill even an ant is not an it is not very astonishing. Any person who develops the devotional attitude has all the good qualities automatically manifested in this person. A devotee is never a cause of distress to anyone." Srila Rupa Goswami affirms herein that purification of consciousness, purification of bodily activities, austerities, peace of mind, etc., all become automatically manifest in the person who is engaged in devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami affirms herein that there are 9 different kinds of devotional service which are listed as hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping the deity in the temple, praying, carrying out orders, serving Krishna as a friend, and sacrificing everything for him. Such each and every one of these processes is so powerful that if anyone follows even a single one of them, he can achieve the desired perfection without fail. For example, if one is attached simply to hearing about the Lord and another is attached to chanting the glories of the name, both will achieve their desired goal in devotional service. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this has been explained. One may execute one, two, three, or all the different process of devotional service, and at the ultimate end, he will achieve the desired goal of being established in devotional service. There are concrete examples of how a devotee discharged one of these services and achieved perfection. King Parikshit achieved the desired goal of life simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadev Goswami achieved the desired goal of life simply by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj became successful in his devotional service by always remembering the Lord. Lakshmi, the goddesses of fortune, was successful by engaging herself in massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. King Prithu became successful by worshipping in the temple. Akrura became successful by offering prayers. Hanuman became successful by rendering personal service to Lord Ramachandra. Arjuna became successful by being a friend of Krishna. And Bali Maharaj became successful simply by offering all his possessions to Krishna. There are also examples of devotees who discharged all the different items together. In the ninth canto, fourth chapter, verse 18, 19, and 20 of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a statement in this verses. Sukadev Goswami says, King Ambrisha, first of all concentrated in his mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and then engaged his speech in describing the pastimes and activities of the Lord. He engaged his hands in washing the temple of the Lord. He engaged his ears in hearing the transcendental glories of the Lord. He engaged his eyes in seeing the beautiful deity in the temple. He engaged his body in associating with pure devotees of the Lord. When you associate with someone, you have to sit down together, eat together, etc. And in this way, the touch of your body with his bodies is inevitable. Ambrisha Maharaj made his association only with pure devotees and did not allow his body to be touched by anyone else. He engaged his nostrils in smelling the flowers and tulsi offered to Krishna and engaged his tongue in tasting Krishna prasada, food prepared specifically for offering to the Lord, the remnants of which are taken by the devotees. Maharaja Ambrisha was able to offer very nice prasada to Krishna because he was a king and had no scarcity of finances. He used to offer Krishna the most royal dishes and would then taste the remnants of Krishna prasada. There was no scarcity in his royal style because he had a very beautiful temple wherein the deity of the Lord was decorated with costly paraphernalia and offered high grade food. So everything was available and his engagement was always completely in Krishna consciousness. The idea is that we should follow in the footsteps of great devotees. If we are unable to execute all the different items of devotional service, we must try to execute at least one of them, as exemplified by previous acharyas. If we are engaged in the execution of all the items of devotional service, as was Maharaja Ambrisha, then the perfection of devotional service is guaranteed for each one of these items. With the first complete engagement of one, becomes automatically detached from material contamination and liberation, becomes the maid servant of the devotee. The idea is confirmed by Bilvamangala Thakura. If one develops unalloyed devotion in the Lord, liberation will follow the devotee as his maid servant. Srila Rupa Goswami says that the regulative principle of devotional service are sometimes described by authorities as the path of serving the Lord in opulence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So keeping Krishna in center, having only Krishna prasadam. Okay. Only by devotional service one can understand Krishna. All the material should be used for the service of Krishna, including our body. Okay, never give up on principles of discharging devotional service or neglect by the rules and regulation prescribed therein. So, in the very beginning stage, take the help of the spiritual master, like how we take help of our school teachers or college faculty when we have enrolled. Similarly, take the help of a spiritual master for guidance. And as we advance, we should not get carried away by all those things. Popularity and accumulation of wealth and all, that is not the ultimate criteria. Criteria is to become the devotee. Okay, because the process itself is so pious, eventually one will get purified in the process, vegetarianism, non-violence, and yes, this one don't have to refrain himself or herself from any sort of outer constraint from the outer world to focus on one thing, because these are automatically inculcated in day-to-day practices that it becomes a routine. Okay. uh, Purification of consciousness, purification bodily activity, austerities, peace of mind automatically will manifest in the person who is engaged in devotion service. Yeah, 9 types of devotion service we have described here, and each perfected example for each devotional service are being read. Okay, and lastly, we concluded with Ambarish Maharaja's story, who is very opulent, and he has served as per his capacity. Yeah, one has to serve as per one's capacity, but ultimately we have to serve the Lord. Hare Krishna. Till 14 we have completed 5 more chapters. Anything? Hare Krishna. Oh,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
yeah.
Yeah, in the last two paragraph of the Amrisha Maharaja, his devotional services. Amrisha Maharaja, he was Kshatriya, supposed to be, he was in the mode of passion, but he was doing rendering devotional service by all 9 kinds of devotional service attached with to
Prabhu,
Lord.
last chapter only we have read this Varnas and Ashramas, so only on the
Here,
materialistic plane.
no, here
But
I'm saying
one
that
is a devotee, he
Amrisha
is above
Maharaja.
that. Yes, Prabhu.
But he was in the Vishuddha Sattva.
Uh,
Yeah, he was in the pure goodness.
yes,
Ambrisha
Prabhu.
Maharaj.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
So
So
he
he is
was.
a devotee. Here
Uh,
we are not describing him as a king by virtue. He is a king,
uh,
well opulent and all those things. But a devotee is above Varnas and above Ashramas, Prabhu, actually.
but he there.
If you take Sanatana Goswami also, he was very opulent, But we should not, I don't know, but we should not try to. Yeah.
Nina
We
చెప్పింది
should
అది
only see
కాదు.
the devotion service only.
I'm saying that even after he was a great king, he was supposed to be in the mode of passion. But I'm saying that after he was attached to the Lord, just smelling the tulsi, offering the clean the temple, touching the deities, and he was surrounded with pure Vaishnavas. Means he was not in the mode of any more 3 modes of natures like goodness, passion, and ignorance. So same thing was a statement given in Uddhava in the 11th canto. He's saying that if anyone who does follow this thing, like one who eat remnant of food and offering whatever the ornaments and garlands, and he was after utilizing to service to Lord, after he can use and he associate with devotees, and he will the Maya will be will he can conquer Maya. He can conquer Maya. Means what conquer Maya? Maya is bound with the 3 modes of material nature. One Sattva, Raja, Tama. So I just posted that sloka. I think Hare Krishna, Rohini Mataji. Hare Krishna. So
Hare Krishna, can you Hare Krishna? Can you
Hare
not?
Krishna. So I posted this sloka in the group Mataji, right? Our Bhakti Vriksha group. Uddhava saying that same thing. One who can prevent this illusionary world by world, he can conquer.
Yeah, Prabhu, I think we discussed in the Bhakti Vriksha group
Uh,
also, no, Prabhu. It was like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, Prabhu.
So he can conquer Maya by the doing these things, right? You remember?
तव तवयोपभुक्त सृगंधा
Ah,
वासो अलंकार that charchita शिष्ट भोजिनो दासास तव मायम जयेमहि.
exactly. Tava Maya Jayami, right? This sloka. So he can conquer Maya, means he cannot conditioned by 3 modes of material nature. So what I am saying that in the context of the Amrisha Maharaja, right, Mataji? So that was I connected from here and there. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Any more inputs? I'll conclude for today. From Monday onwards, I think Purushottam, Monday or Sunday, Purushottama Masa?
Mataji, 17.
And Sunday, Mataji.
Sunday
Sunday, which
onwards.
yes, Mataji.
Okay, okay. So I think we'll meet on Monday. Wish you all a Purushottama Masa in advance. Hare Krishna.
Same to
Wish
you,
you too,
Mataji.
Mataji. we pray to one another for devotees' mercy. Thank you.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण.